Good morning, students. During our discussion on how to get 180 plus marks in the second phase of JEE mains, till now we completed calculus, coordinate geometry and trigonometry. If you recollect now, during our discussion in coordinate geometry, I suggested you to focus more on straight lines, circles and 3D geometry, where you have chances of getting 4 or 5 questions, and followed by, when you look at calculus, two parts I suggested you: differential calculus and integral calculus. I asked you to focus more on integral calculus, indefinite integration, definite integration and differential equations. These lessons in integral calculus and differential calculus, I suggested you that you may get around 5 questions. And similar the case, if you now look at trigonometry, I told you to concentrate on trigonometric ratios and identities, trigonometrical equations and inverse trigonometric functions, where you have a chance of getting 2 questions. So till now, if you look at mathematics, the total number of possible questions from coordinate geometry, I told you 4 or 5 questions, and in calculus there is a chance of getting 4 or 5 questions, and finally the trigonometry chances will be 2 questions. So till now, if we look at the total mathematics discussion, the possibility is at around 12 questions, 48 marks in mathematics. In our previous videos we discussed about physics also, where we have completed the discussion on mechanics. There I suggested you to concentrate more on gravitation and SHM initially, where the possibility is 1 question per each chapter, followed by kinematics in 2-dimensional motion and work power energy, center of mass and collisions. These were the chapters I suggested you. So during our discussion, the possibility in mechanics was we concluded at around 4 or 5 questions. So mathematics plus physics, if you look at totally 12 questions in mathematics and 4 or 5 questions in physics, putting together it is around 17 questions. Similarly, if you look at my previous videos where I had a discussion on physical chemistry part 1, where I suggested you to study more on both the equilibrium, chemical equilibrium as well as ionic equilibrium, atomic structure. Similarly, I suggested you stoichiometry also. I suggested you where there is a chance of getting 3 or 4 questions. So my dear students, till now the total syllabus which I have discussed with you, if you now look at mathematics, there is a chance of getting around 5 questions, 4 or 5 questions in coordinate geometry, 4 or 5 questions in calculus and 2 questions in trigonometry. So the possibility is around 12 questions till now, and physics it is around 4 or 5 questions. 12 plus 5, it is going to be around 17 questions, and 4 questions in chemistry, that is around 21 questions we had discussion till now. 21 into 4 means it is going to be around 80 to 84 marks for you. So now my next discussion will be on physics and chemistry. Now if we look at the next part of the physics, I am taking up properties of matter. Previously I completed mechanics, and now the discussion will be on properties of matter, where we got 20 questions in 2019 and 7 questions in 2020. So the chance is almost, we can say, 1 question from properties of matter. But remember, these are very easy lessons compared to mechanics. The students, if they concentrate more on the lessons in properties of matter, they can score better. The lessons under properties of matter are elasticity, surface tension, viscosity and fluid mechanics. Now, if you look at the chapter-wise distribution of the marks, in elasticity you got around 8 questions in 2019 and 2 questions in 2020. Fluid mechanics, if you look at, there are 7 questions in 2019 and 4 questions in 2020. Surface tension, if you look at surface tension, there are three questions in 2019 and one question in 2020. So my suggestion is you first be perfect with fluid mechanics and then followed by elasticity. If these two lessons you are perfect with, the chances will be two questions for you in from properties of matter. Now our next discussion is on physical chemistry part 2. In our previous videos we have completed physical chemistry part 1. Now the chapters under physical chemistry part 2, if we look at solutions and colligative properties, solid state and chemical kinetics, electrochemistry, and finally the surface chemistry. These are the 5 lessons which come under physical chemistry part 2. As a whole, if you look at physical chemistry part 2, in 2019, 77 questions appeared, whereas in 2020, 19 questions appeared. My dear students, don't forget that out of 16 slots in 2019, 77 questions means almost we can say 5 questions from physical chemistry part 2. So these 5 lessons are at most important. And then even if you look at 2020, 19 questions came from 6 slots, means almost 3 questions appeared from these 5 lessons. So now if we look at the chapter-wise distribution of the marks in physical chemistry part 2, solutions and colligative properties, if you take up that chapter, 2019 we got around 18 questions and 2024 questions appeared out of 6 slots. And similarly, solid state chemistry, if you look at 11 questions appeared in 2019 and 1 question appeared from 2020. Chemical kinetics as a whole, if you take up, 16 questions appeared from 2019 and 6 questions appeared in 2020. Electrochemistry, 15 questions came from electrochemistry in 2019 and 5 questions came from electrochemistry in 2020. Surface chemistry, if you look at 17 questions were asked in 2019 and 3 questions were asked in 2020. So my suggestion is, first of all, go with solutions and colligative properties, where there is a chance of 1 question for sure, and followed by chemical kinetics, the second important chapter, and surface chemistry is the third chapter. If you now look at these 3 chapters, the chances are at least 1 question per chapter, and if you are interested, you can concentrate on electrochemistry also, but a little bit difficult chapter when compared to surface chemistry and solutions and colligative properties. The fourth option would be electrochemistry. So priority wise, my suggestion is, first of all, go with solutions and colligative properties, followed by chemical kinetics and surface chemistry. These are the chapters which you need to concentrate, and fourth option will be chemical kinetics. Option will be electrochemistry. So if you are perfect with these 4 lessons, the chances will be 4 questions you may answer. So totally you get 4 questions from physical chemistry part 2 if you study solutions and colligative properties, electrochemistry, surface chemistry, and chemical kinetics. Do well, be happy, be safe. Thank you very much.